Hi there, taxpayers. So it's almost time for us to hit the road traveling. And I wanted to be very clear that when you travel, you must have a business purpose in order to have your travel deductions be valid and acceptable. So ask yourself today, what is the business purpose of my travel? Is it to meet with clients? Is it to meet with prospects? Is it research? Now, education is not deductible by way of, oh, I'm going to go and look at this to educate myself. If you go to a conference, that would be deductible. But even within the conference rules, some of them are very specific. So for example, cruises. If you take a cruise, the limit is $2,000 that you can deduct for a cruise, for a conference on a cruise. So as we embark on travel, I want you to truly think about, if you were under audit, how would you explain to an auditor your business purpose for the travel and that these expenses are ordinary and necessary? And this is where I think clients sometimes get tripped up, because the IRS is very specific about not having lavish expenses, and they actually use the word lavish. And this is where kind of makes you think, right? Because one person's lavish is not another person's lavish. So I always say to people to be as conservative as possible when you do come to your business travel deductions, only because the IRS is very strict about this idea of lavish. And so even though you may not think it's lavish, an IRS agent may very well look at the expense as relates to your life and your business and consider it lavish. So again, what is your business purpose? Why can you sit across the desk from me and give me a reason as to why this truly is a business expense? And also, why is the expense reasonable in dollar and not lavish? One of the things that we saw last year, being 2020 and even pre-COVID, was that the IRS was getting really upset about business owners going to the Bahamas with their family and calling it a retreat. I'm going to the Bahamas to read business books. I'm going to plan out my website. I'm going to write in my journal, and it's my business retreat. And they were like, yeah, no, business retreat, not deductible. So I want you to be very clear about business purpose and make sure that it's gray, but not too gray, if that helps at all. And most importantly, before you go and spend money and assume that you're going to deduct it, take the time to meet with your accountant, your tax advisor, and say, hey, tax advisor, I am heading off to the Bahamas with my family. Can any part of this be tax deductible? And how would that work? Ask those questions before rather than after, because that might change how much money you spend, where you go, and the lavish component too. I'm all about planning. Those of you who've worked with me in the past or seen me teach workshops, you know I'm all about planning. So take the time to check in with your advisors before you embark on your travel, and keep in mind, what is my business purpose? Those are my messages to you today. Other than that, have a fantastic summer, safe travels, and let's look at your receipts when you get back. Of course, you can always find me at wendybarlin.com, and you'll find a lot of resources there. I love chatting with my business and tax paying community, so reach out anytime at wendybarlin.com.